What's up, everybody? Today, we are going to be talking about all the different forms of lightsaber combat and who uses them. This is all from Canon, and at the end, I will let you know what my favorite form is, as well as what I think is the most effective. Make sure you leave a comment down below of what your favorite lightsaber form is, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Form 1. Shi Cho. This basic style of lightsaber combat, which originated from traditional swordsmanship, is the oldest known form of lightsaber combat. It was used against multiple opponents and balanced the traditional maneuvers aimed at maiming and killing with an emphasis on disarming an armed foe. It was well liked from among Jedi Padawans. The disadvantage is that it doesn't fully utilize the omnidirectional edge and a lack of mass that are special to lightsabers. A prime illustration of a Form 1 skilled Jedi is Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto fought in the Clone Wars, and while using Form 1 of lightsaber combat, he nearly defeated General Grievous. Form 2. Makashi. A lightsaber style that is highly regarded for its grace, elegant presentation, and balletic method of use. It was created to counter the rise of enemy lightsaber wielders and is good in saber-to-saber combat. It stood out for concentrating all of its efforts on taking on a single adversary, opposing disarmament, and executing swift, accurate strikes. It is not well suited for defense against long-range attacks or multiple enemies, though. This form was mastered by Count Dooku, who also taught Asajj Ventress, a Sith assassin, how to use it, though Count Dooku's was more graceful than hers. Form 3. Soru. A defensive approach that is stressed strict economy of action and precise controlled movements. It was created in reaction to the increasing number of blasters in the galaxy. It used the fact that blaster bolts could be deflected by the lightsaber blade, while practitioners of this form committed to analyzing their opponents and openings created, frequently from the frustration and fatigue of the enemy. They also focused on defense against the attacks of any kind in any situation and avoided becoming tired or making mistakes themselves. Even after other lightsaber forms were created, it continued to be in demand. On the other hand, its offensive potential was restricted. Originally trained in Form 4 by Qui-Gon Jinn, Kenobi switched to Soru after witnessing his master's death. Kenobi's skill in Form 3 helped him survive many encounters with Darth Maul, as well as Jango Fett. Form 4. Ataru. A fast-moving, acrobatic, and combative lightsaber fighting technique that primarily concentrates on attack in order to win the battle. It demanded a lot of space to launch attacks from all sides and gave more emphasis on utilizing the Force to improve moves in every aspect of combat. It was regarded as a physically and force-demanding fighting style because of its nature. Its defensive capabilities were also severely restricted. Notable users of this combat form included Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn. The new Jedi Order preserved knowledge of Ataru, and Jedi Masters such as Luke Skywalker employed it. Form 5. Shen So. These were two fluid lightsaber combat disciplines that required rapid changes from focused defensive stances to full-on strikes, making them physically taxing methods. The Shen version focused on redirecting blasters, and practitioners may use a blade grip in reverse. Users learned how to deflect blasters and engage in saber-to-saber combat with the So version. Practitioners of Form 5 included Jedi Masters Aayla Secura, Plo Koon, and Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, and Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Bane. Form 6. Neiman. Generally regarded as the most widely used lightsaber combat from among the Jedi Order, it combined the best aspects of all other forms, while excluding any of their most prominent drawbacks. Its approach was a careful balance between offensive and defense, with a bias towards the latter, and considerable integration of force powers. It was less taxing than all the previous combat methods combined. Darth Maul had mastered this form and employed it against his duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Theed power generator. Form 7, Juyo Vapad. Known for being the most violent and erratic form, it was also the most contentious. The Jedi High Council had previously banned it, and then only permitted a small number of users to practice the combat technique. It was a style that was thought to be emotionally and physically draining. The Juyo variation was centered on a violent attack and an attitude that used rage and other unpleasant feelings as fuel for the consistent attack. Many users fell to the dark side of the Force, or very near to it, as a result of this mindset. Similar to other Vapad variants, Mace Windu's version required the user to resist giving in to the feelings of rage and passion. Powerful blows and quick, frantic strikes define this technique, but it wasn't quite as rash in nature as Juyo. Jarai. The practice of using two lightsabers, either single blades or double blades combined during combat. Variants on Jarai featured wielding more than two lightsabers at once, either single-bladed or double-bladed, contingent on the combatant's technological or physiological capabilities. Two Jarai practitioners, Asajj Ventress and Ahsoka Tano, preferred to use two lightsabers rather than one. General Grievous, however, had equipped his limbs that could split in half, giving him the option of carrying 2 or 4 lightsabers. Forbidden forms. Some Sith Lords employed different forms of lightsaber combat that were forbidden during the Sith Wars. According to Jedi Serval the Uncanny, light whips are a good weapon to have when fighting against these forbidden forms. My favorite lightsaber form out of all of these is probably going to have to be Form 7 or Vapad. I think Form 7 is just so cool because even the Jedi High Council started forbidding it because it was so powerful and could lead to the dark side. I like how that you could use your inner dark side and your emotions to empower your offense and your attacking ability. And that's why I also think it's the most effective or the most powerful form of lightsaber combat. I would say between Form 7 and Form 5, DMSO, I would say those are probably the most powerful lightsaber combat forms in Star Wars. I think if you look at Anakin, who used Form 5, he was super powerful, probably the most powerful Jedi, at least with lightsaber combat goes, and then you look at Mace Windu, who defeated Palpatine because he had Vapad. So I would say that's also one of, if not the most powerful form of lightsaber combat. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. Leave a comment down below on what your favorite lightsaber form is, or what form you think you'd use if you were in Star Wars. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and until the next one, see ya.